Hi guys, well, I'm in Nina as you can see. Not been in here for a while, so which is a shame. I've got a couple of things to do today. I'm supposed to be clearing stuff in the house today, but I just want to come out and do a couple of little jobs out here while I could. The first one is the TV aerial. If you remember last time, I had the earth shorting out and everything, so I bought some proper connectors and I'm going to connect that up and stick it back up into the roof there, out the way, and that should be that. Remember to put the other side of that wire. The second thing is the solar regulator that's charging the battery. The batteries is on 13.7 at the moment, but the regulator is okay, does the job, but I bought a new regulator, only a cheap one from eBay. It was $18.99 delivered, but it's apparently better. Apparently those ones can, the ones that come with the panel can boil the batteries or something, I don't know. So yeah, so I've got this other one. It's got a little display on it, which that one doesn't have as such. This one will tell you the voltage, so I won't need a separate voltmeter, and it tells you the amps going in, the amps coming out. So it's a lot more informative and lets you know a lot better what condition the batteries are in, which is good. I can use the voltmeter somewhere else, that's not a problem. And I've actually, in my switch box, I've got one of the holes which was used for a 12 volt socket, I think, is now going to be used for a voltmeter on there as well, so I'll have the voltage reading up there. I'd need to open the back doors. This is going to be mounted into the back somewhere, so I'd need to open the back doors to see what the ampage and everything is doing, which is okay, that's fine. The TV connectors, I don't know if you can see that, they're all gold plated, so excuse me while I just undo the packet. All from Maplins. They should give me a better connection, and that should be the end of it up there. Luckily I've had no leaks, which is quite good. We've had an awful lot of rain, and yeah, it stayed as dry as anything there, which is good considering that I probably went through about 2 years of water seeping in from the windows and things, and when it rained coming into a river of water down the floor here. And it's just nice to come back in and have it all nice and dry, which is good, especially now I've done the lining on the walls and everything. So yeah, it's good. I'm assuming everything still works. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, my lights will come on. The voltage has just dropped 0.2. It'll probably steadily go down to about 13, I expect. That's good though, it all still works and looks lovely. Still got the cage in here, that's on eBay again at the moment. Once that's out of the way, I'll have a bit more room to do stuff. That's got to go before I do the floor as well. The next job I'm going to be doing is one of those overhead cupboards on this side. I've got the ones that was from Emma, this section. I've got the one from Nina still, which is just as long. I'm going to cut it down to one section and just have one section there above that window, which should be quite good. And I've got the cable in already for a light underneath it. So yeah, so there's lots of things need to be done really, probably before the floor, to be fair. The window frames still need covering, but I have been putting that off a little bit because I don't want to use up too much carpet, because I've still got the seats to cover with the carpet. I need to get some chocolate vinyl as well, to cover the seat, the fold-away seat that's going to go back there, to match the other seats that are in here. So I'm going to need some carpet to cover the bottom of that as well, just to make it look similar. Yeah, it should be good. So yeah, I think the first job I'll do is the TV cable, and then the second job will be, excuse the rather extreme close up of my face. There we go. I just hang on, both hands. So this is the new solar regulator, and as you can see, it's got a big display on it. It's got a heat sink on the back so it doesn't overheat, and it's also got quite big connection points, which that one doesn't have, and I've had to trim the wires back quite a lot on that to get it into the bottom. So yeah, so this is going to be a much better solar thing to have, solar regulator. So yeah, I'm going to get on with that, and I'll show it you when it's all done. Cheers. Hi guys. So the solar regulator is done. Gives me much more information. I know how many amps is going into the batteries now. And the cable connections actually are much more positive, much better. This is the old regulator, and look how small those connections are, the connectors. I had to trim the wires down just to get them in there, and they're so close together. I can't believe that you can use something like that and not have any wires shorting or something. As you can see on this one, they're much further apart, and you can actually fit the whole cable in without any problems. The sheath goes in a little way as well, so there's no chance of the wires shorting or anything. So yeah, so this is the new regulator. That was the old one. So there's the new one, and it's giving me the voltage at the moment that the batteries are. So I've got two batteries down here. If I turn the lights on, that'll drop down to about 12.9. So the lights have just been switched on. So that's going to drop now, probably to around 12.9 when it settles. Although we've got the sun out at the moment as well, which is good. So while that's dropping down, it also gives you a temperature reading from in here, which is that's the temperature sensor there. So that's 22 degrees, and that's how many amps is going into my battery at the moment. 1.1 amp an hour at the moment. That goes up to about 1.5 when the sun comes out quite brightly. You can see at the moment it's quite sunny out there at the moment, but it's way down over in that direction, dropping down. So the panel probably isn't getting that much sun. So still on 13.4 with the lights on. Amazing. Yeah, so it's 22 degrees, so we're getting 1.2 amps in there at the moment. That solar panel I've got on top is, I think it does a maximum of 5 amps per hour in direct sunlight, midday sun, you know, as bright as it can go. So so we're not doing too bad really for what is really, it's quite a blustery day really, and there's big black clouds up there. So even though we've got some sunlight coming through, it's not strong sun, and it's going through clouds a lot of the time. So I'm happy with that. I'm happy with 1.3 amps going in. That's topping them up lovely. That's keeping them well topped up. That's going to prove me wrong about the voltage now, isn't it? There's some load amps there. The lights aren't even registering on that. I need to know what all these things mean, to be honest with you. I need to read the instructions. Yeah, so it's still on 13.4 volts even with the lights on. I think I'd probably turn the TV on, which is that one. You can see the displays come on now, and up in that cupboard there's a voltage regulator being powered. Even that's not really doing anything. Put a DVD on. There we go. It's dropping down a little bit now. 13.3. The DVD's loading. There we go. And we're down to 13.2 volts with the DVD spinning up and the volume. I think the louder I put the volume, that's probably going to go down. I'm saying that. Let's just set the film going. I remember I've got to go for a ton of adverts on this first. I don't watch DVDs much these days. Menu. Oh, there we go, root menu. I should be able to just click OK and play the film. There we go, so I put the volume up. So we're down to 13.1 volts. And actually the volume, I wonder if it'll make a difference to the amps. That's the amps going in. Load, amp hours. It's not actually registering anything going out yet, so obviously over the period of an hour that will register a reading.
Before the war.
Down 13 volts.
New York. Before I was born. A place I've only seen pictures of. I know you.
Can't remember what this film is now.
I'm with you.
Oblivion? Might be Oblivion.
But I don't know your name. I know I'm dreaming. But it feels like more than that.
But it's pretty cool having the TV all set up and everything in there. It'd be great once I get the floor done and get my seating back in. And I can start building the kitchen as well then. I might build the kitchen first before I put the seating in.
March 14th, 2077. 5 years since a mandatory memory one.
So that's that off. I'm just about to do the TV cable now, and hopefully that'll improve the signal a little bit as well. It was blocking a little bit just now, but then it's quite windy out there, so that obviously makes a difference to signals coming along, which is right here. I might actually be able to sit here and do it. Yeah, so that's my new solar panel. That's working really well, and the lights are still on. I'm down to 12.9. Still 22 degrees and down to 0.2 amp going in there at the moment. The sun's gone right in and it's quite dull and windy out there. So, but it's actually good to know what's going into the batteries and everything. Once I get my new batteries, I think these are 70 amp hour ones. Yeah, these are 70 amp hours. I'm going to get a couple of 110 amp hours maybe, and once I do that I might get another panel just to help out. So I think that panel does a maximum of 5 amps an hour. It's a 100 watt panel, so yeah, I think it's a maximum of 5 amps an hour. Which we're not doing too bad if that's going up to 1.5 in dull weather. Still on 0.2. I'm going to be obsessed with looking at the details of my battery now, see what condition they're in. Anyway, that's it for this one. I'm just going to quickly do this. I'll probably show you that quickly afterwards, and then that'll do for this blog update or vlog update. See you in a bit. Right, I've done the connection. Actually, put it away now. I thought to show it you. So yeah, I've done the connection for the TV cable. There we go. I agree, that's much better than what I had in there before. So there's 2 gold male plugs and then a couple of gold plated, not gold. They wouldn't be good on there if they were gold. I'd be selling them off. Loads and loads of money. Right, so that's going to go back up in there, out of the way. At last. Yeah, everything's sealed up now, which is good. That Sikaflex is good stuff. So we're going to try this for the first time. So I'm just going down to 12.9. I've got the lights on still. So I'm just going to switch the TV switch back on. So that's lit up. This is where I find the aerial doesn't work again. I'll switch it on. It's going to go straight to DVD. I'll put it to DVB-T. Oh, and we got a signal.
And after a few minutes, the lady suitable for you will come out there.
A little bit of block in there.
What's with that little slot? She must be very small.
No, just the lady's particulars, not the lady herself. This is a fantastic piece of machinery.
Good little carry-on film.
This is a miracle of modern technology. Here we go.
Duo work. You've also got a
Oh,
high
QVC. Right. Judge Judy. 72% on that one, signal strength. 73, but oh, that's all looking alright. I can live with that. 74%. Interesting, I've not seen 100% so far, but a little bit of block in there and a bit of digital noise. Which makes you wonder how much strength you actually need for it to be perfect. Obviously 100%. But no, that's working fine, so I'm quite pleased with that. Put my magnetic remote control back on there. So yeah, that's good. Right, I'll switch that off. We've gone down to 12.8 volts. Only half an amp going in. Not registering any amps going out at the moment. No. I'll need to come back in a couple of days, I think, and just see what's been going on with that. But we're charging. If I turn the lights off now, that should start going back up. Slowly but surely. So okay. Yeah, so I'm quite pleased with that. That's 2 little jobs done today. We've got the new solar regulator in, and we got the TV wire finally done. So yeah, it's just get this covered up, I think, next, and I think probably start on the floor next after that. Get the floor out of the way. That's the bit I'm dreading because I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it yet, and I know these rails are going to be a pain in the backside to get out because they bolt through the wood straight to the outside underneath the floor. So I'm going to be left with a load of holes there as well. Which makes you wonder, is it going to be worth taking up the floor or just filling in the gaps that are left behind when I take the rails out? or putting a thinner piece of ply over the top. You know, I might just put some ply over the top with some of that silver insulation, or maybe just some like laminate flooring insulation. That was all I had in Scooby. It was just the laminate floor stuff, and he seemed to have been okay with that. But then that's wood. Something to think about. I think it'd just be easier just to lay some wood over the top of this, get some new wood, even if it's a bit thicker. The only thing that worries me is the seat. It was going to obviously make the seat a bit higher, which is going to be a problem because then it won't line up with the holes in the wall. So I'd have to cut a slot out in there, which is just alright, it's easy. It's circular, so I can just drop it in so it still sits at the same level. I think that's made my mind up actually, because the floor at the moment is the right level, everything lines up there. See those holes down there? That's the floor bolts for the seat, and then there's two in the wall as well. If I change the height around, I'm going to have problems. I'm going to have to use spacers or things, and that's going to be a pain. If I just laid some wood down over the top and cut out a slit there for the seat to sit in, that'd be a lot easier. Yeah, I think I've made my decision on that. Right, that's it for in here. I'm going to go and do some work in the carport now and try and sort the shed out and everything, sort some room out, so that this week I can do my other cupboard and get that sorted out and put in, and then we can start thinking about the floor properly. Also, with that window in the bulkhead, that rubber only goes, there's a huge bit missing up in the top in the middle. That was the only length I could find. I've actually found, or Jen actually found, a big long length of it which will do that, so I need to do that as well, which make that look nicer. And I need to make that if I was going to do some stealth camping, I wouldn't want to be putting the silver shades in the front window, because then that makes it look like someone's camping here or someone's staying in here. It would be better to block these gaps on that side, and to have something that just completely covers that, some kind of blind or something there maybe. Yeah, that'll look a lot nicer once this is all the way around, definitely. Yeah, some sort of blind there, that a blackout blind that will, and there's a bit of a recess on that side. I could put it that side and just drop it down like that, so it's inside something, and drop it down inside. I'll see. Might just be a case of putting like a blackout piece of material up there. Be easier. Probably just Velcro it round. Well, actually, this stuff is good for Velcro. If you've just got the rough side of the Velcro, which I've got plenty of, I could just Velcro something across there if I needed to. Yeah, I might do that actually. Because normal camping, I'm just going to put the silver screens up so that nobody can actually see in anyway. And that's what it's for, privacy really, and to keep the heat out of the front if it is sunny. Yeah, so that's it. I'm done with that now, and next job's the cupboard. So I have one of those on this side as well. So when you're walking in here, you'd have to walk down, come out to there. You still have plenty of sort of head space, like from side to side, to walk through. So another cupboard come down there. Come down like that. Like those. But it will give me a bit more storage up there, which would be good. And another place to put a light just above the seat that's there. Right, that's it. I'm going to edit this later, and I don't know whether I'll put it up or not, but if I do, you'll see it on YouTube. See you later, bye.